The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Kiru Jr. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, temporary ban on chicken imports lifted, women soon to work underground in mining sector, and football laws updated and effective. The government has temporarily uplifted the ban on the import of chicken to Papua New Guinea, with assurance that it will monitor the impact of this decision, which includes assessing the longer-term implications for the poultry industry.
Prime Minister James Marape has announced the temporary lift of the ban on the import of chicken in Parliament today. This decision comes as part of the government's efforts to address supply chain issues and ensure food security. The ban, which was previously imposed to protect local poultry production and address concerns regarding biosecurity, is now being reconsidered in light of current demands for chicken products. The temporary uplift is aimed at stabilizing the market, ensuring that consumers have access to affordable poultry and mitigating any shortages that might arise.
I give another taking that we will talk to NACIA without compromising our standards. If NACIA could work to uplift the ban or moratorium on ban to fill in that void, but in mid-term to long-term, I want to encourage every SMEs out there. You may have finished long one block, leader of law country where he's an advocate law, public interest, regional member of long. Even a Sepik and me talk, you got chicken need law production. Given time law, mama group, papa group, youths, producing chicken, supply Mosby, supply Lay, supply Wiwek, supply Hagen, supply my local community, needy stuff, let's produce locally.
Prime Minister Marape highlighted that this measure is intended to balance the interest of local producers with the need of consumers while also maintaining ongoing biosecurity assessments.
To rise up to produce. The consumption of chicken in our country is almost over 500 million kina industry. The consumption threshold is at around 500 million kina. It's an opportunity for our local farmers to step up and produce to fill in that void. I want to encourage all our people right across our country, if there is a mother selling chicken in a market, go to that mother, buy the chicken from her than anywhere else.
The government will monitor the impact of this decision on the local market and assess the longer-term implications for the poultry industry in Papua New Guinea. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Minister for Works and Highways Solan Mirisim has put on notice local contractor company Oceanic Construction Limited, who is doing road rehabilitation along the Mendi to Nipa section of the road in Southern Highlands Province. He has also asked that they show cause on what they have achieved so far on the road project.
Minister for Works and Highways Solan Mirisim has formally issued a notice to Oceanic Construction Limited, the local contractor responsible for the road rehabilitation project along the Mendi to Nipa section in the Southern Highlands Province, to show cause on their work progress. This direction was in response to concerns raised by a provincial member for Southern Highlands, William Powie, during Parliament today.
And I'm requesting, through you, Mr. Acting Speaker, for the Minister of Works to bring the Secretary and officials of the Department of Works, the contractor Oceanic Construction, and the Southern Highlands government officials, including myself, and the member for Nipa Kurubu, Minister, and now Minister for Defense, the Honorable Dr. Billy Joseph, for a final roundtable conference to deal with this matter once and for all and give assurance, because we are approaching election year in 2027, and this is one of the key impact projects in my province, saving the PNG LNG in this country.
Mirisim's call for the contractor to justify their progress is to ensure that infrastructure projects are completed efficiently and meet expected standards. The minister is seeking a detailed report from Oceanic Construction Limited regarding their work to date, addressing the specific achievements and any challenges they may have encountered.
I will direct my department officers to ensure such poor performing contractors will be dealt with accordingly under the terms and conditions of the contract as settled by good governor. We will meet with, also let me appeal to you that we will meet you and the team from Southern Highlands to solve this problem once and for all, as you have stated.
Minister Mirisim clarified that 119 million kina was already paid to the contractor since the contract signing agreement in 2021, but to date the contractor only done 36% of the road work is completed, with only 7 months remaining to complete the entire 27.73 kilometer section of the road.
Particular project has been also audited by the external auditors and gets by the PMN department as well too. So that particular section of the road is also under audit as well. So let me appeal to the people that we will have the audit report. We will also sit down today or tomorrow, and after that we will find a way forward for that road to be sealed, because that.
This notice highlights the importance of accountability in public works projects and aims to expedite necessary improvements in the region's transportation infrastructure, which is crucial for economic development and accessibility for residents. Further developments are anticipated as the contractor responds to the minister's inquiry. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Provincial member for Northern Province Gary Juffa has again raised concerns on the floor of Parliament regarding the services provided by the Road Transport Authority. Juffa said this same task done by the motor vehicles insurance that takes at least an hour now takes almost the whole day by the Road Transport Authority.
Given the demonstrable failure of the Road Transport Authority to deliver essential services effectively, Provincial Member for Northern Province Gary Juffa has asked the Minister for Transport for a review with the view to return the functions to the proven and efficient administration of the Motor Vehicle Insurance Limited, or MVIL. Juffa also stated that there is widespread public complaints regarding the poor customer service and apathy from RTA staff when conducting their task.
What specific actions are you taking to address the drastic decline in efficiency at the RTA, where service that once took less than an hour under MVIL now consumes an entire day for many citizens? Question 2. Minister, is your ministry aware of the widespread public complaints regarding the poor performance, service and apathy from RTA staff, and what immediate measures will be implemented to ensure our people are treated with respect and professionalism? Today, I had to go through a roadblock where RTA officers, you can't tell the difference between them and the ordinary boy seller.
He used the RTA setup roadblocks as an example, with instances of targeted harassment by RTA staff rather than genuine road safety enforcement.
Minister, can you justify the mandate and operational guidelines for the frequent RTA roadblocks, which many citizens perceive as targeted harassment rather than genuine and safety enforcement? Many of these vehicles, unroadworthy vehicles, no brake lights, no indicator lights, are still running around today, even after all these roadblocks. What are we achieving? In most countries, they have done away with this type of activities because they are living in this century where the technology allows them to carry out these activities without having to carry out roadblocks that consume a person's entire hour or 2 hours.
In response, Prime Minister James Marape confirmed that he will be meeting with the authorities concerned and deliberate on the concerns raised. He also confirmed that vehicle registration functions will be returned to MVIL.
Absolutely aware of the public sentiments, including from our own caucuses, on the inconveniences that has been caused with the latest transfer of functions back to RTA. I have given instructions that the functions be returned to MVIL for the vehicle registrations.
Thank you.
So I will follow up on my instructions that has been passed.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape commended Minister for Lands and Physical Planning, the Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso, for tabling the landmark Nadzab Land Development Bill 2025 in Parliament, describing it as a transformative and forward-looking legislative intervention that will reshape how Papua New Guinea plans, develops and grows its towns and cities. The bill proposes the establishment of the Nadzab Land Development Authority, a dedicated statutory body with the mandate to develop one of the country's first purpose-built towns since independence.
The tabling of the Nadzab Land Development Bill 2025 is a direct outcome of the National Executive Council Decision Number 226 of 2023, which approved the National Land Partnership Policy Framework and identified the Nadzab Township development as a pilot project. Prime Minister James Marape says the legislation sets a powerful precedent for coordinated land mobilization, infrastructure-led development, and private sector investment in urban expansion while addressing systemic challenges that have hindered land development in PNG for decades.
Bianim Tintim Lo Tuhava, you may walk him here, but in a structured way. And for the first time, you may build him one blood township. Today, you're going to town him again, all colonial masters limixim ground him, and town him sinano. You may know, set him one blood nubla town, and Nadzab is just no ordinary town.
The Prime Minister emphasized that the bill is particularly significant in the context of Papua New Guinea's 50th anniversary of independence. He says this is not just about Nadzab, but PNG at 50 and beyond, how the government will build smarter, more inclusive towns and cities for growing population, and how to enable private sector participation in national development while preserving the integrity of the land systems.
This one now, the authority comes into work with mobilizing all other land that is not stateless and to work towards delivering a product, in my view, a township, a city expansion that should reflect the way modern PNG should move. I give commendation to this bill to be supported. And again, just like the other law DPM has produced, if someone has a view and if the operation of this law has a teething issue with other relevant laws we have, by all means, this is not 10 Commandments. We can always come back and make changes later. Thank you.
The Deputy Prime Minister said it was time to move beyond the outdated frameworks that have slowed development and created bottlenecks in land use, planning, and infrastructure delivery.
The authority will lead land development, not township governance. It will hand it over once its job's completed. Working under a master plan, working in cohesion with the relevant district authority and the provincial government, who are part and parcel of this. Development will be private sector led, with the state playing only a facilitative role by providing the legislative framework. No government budget funding will be required to develop this town of that capacity.
The bill provides the legal foundation for the Nadzab Land Development Authority to prepare a township master plan, design and construct essential infrastructure, including roads, water, power, and sewerage, and oversee land mobilization across state, freehold, and customary land. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Leader of Government Business and Minister for Police Peter Tiamalili Jr. has also hailed the vote as a defining moment, praising members of Parliament from both sides of the political aisle for standing together in support of transformative reform. He further acknowledged the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister for championing the reforms and commended all MPs for placing national interest above political lines. Tiamalili emphasized that the vote reflects the government's broader commitment to reform and inclusive development. You're watching TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, we'll have more stories after the break.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Open lens.
PNG's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in PNG. Proudly Goldspot.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Welcome back. A 45-year-old man was arraigned by the Waigani Committal Court yesterday for the alleged sexual penetration of a 2-year-old female child. The accused from Eastern Highlands appeared before the court from yesterday. The accused is known to the victim and her parents. He is charged with one count of sexually penetrating a child under the age of 2 years old, contravening Section 229A(1) of the Criminal Code Act. Presiding Magistrate Paul Purini read out his charges, explained his constitutional rights, and outlined his bail recommendations. The accused denied the charges. Magistrate Ni adjourned the matter to July 26th for mention. Women will soon be allowed to work underground in the mining sector once the Mining Safety Act 1977 is amended. Mining Minister Rainbow Paita made this known this morning at the Resources Summit at APEC House in Port Moresby.
Speaking this morning at the Resources Summit at APEC House, Mining Minister Rainbow Paita revealed that the national government is looking at making a number of reforms in the Mining Act in close collaboration with the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy. He drew attention to Mining Safety Act 1977, Section 23, subsection 2, which states that in no case shall a female be employed or work underground.
Let me make it absolutely clear that some of the reforms that we're doing, especially the Mining Act, we're also trying to amend some of the provisions that does not allow women to be engaged underground in underground mines. I will bring a small amendment for us to bring the truth so that our women can be engaged in the underground mines as well. And that issue is brought to us in Parliament. I think it came about for health reasons. At the same time, Papua New Guinea being a superstitious country, believe that women should not go underground. But now we are all Christian countries, so we know that women can go underground. So those reforms, and most of you will be part of it, and we will have a dialogue that I put on record for CORE as well. Our attempts to amend the Mining Act will not be done something that's done in secretly by myself or someone. We will continue to have engagements so that everyone feels comfortable going into the future with their investments, their shareholders, but at the same time, us as legislators and leaders in our own country must be able to get the maximum output we can for our citizens as well.
Section 23, subsection 2 of the Mining Safety Act 1977, which prohibits women from working in underground mines, was recently described as outdated by Morobe Governor Luther Wenge during a visit to the K92 mine in Eastern Highlands Province. A similar sentiment was shared earlier by the Mineral Resources Authority Managing Director, Jerry Gary, who alluded to the advance in technology that minimizes hazards, as well as the high number of women who trained to be professional mining engineers and geologists, but had to be pulled out because of the law. Kamila Guare, TVWAN News.
After decades of isolation, Mission Aviation Fellowships has returned to Bougainville, promising to bridge remote communities with life-saving aviation services in 2026. According to MAF reports, its last flew an aircraft in Bougainville in 1975.
Last week, the autonomous Bougainville government presented a 1 million kina check to the Mission Aviation Fellowship for a pivotal step toward re-establishing aviation operations. Chief Secretary Kenneth Nane handed over the funds on behalf of the President, Ismail Toroama, marking a commitment rooted in a Memorandum of Understanding signed in April. The money will help fund a crucial aircraft hangar at Buka Airport, laying the groundwork for flights to resume by early 2026. With air access, health workers can track days to deliver care, educators struggle to supply schools, and church projects falter, but this will all change soon thanks to MAF. A key advocate from the Bougainville Christian Church Association, Pastor Albert, shared reports of people in Bougainville more than ready and have been clearing airstrips waiting for MAF's planes to land again. Conducting a feasibility visit in early 2024, MAF noted that its last aviation presence in the autonomous region of Bougainville had been in 1975. prior to the Civil War decades later. Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
A strong 40-year mineral supply relationship was celebrated between Oktedi Mining Limited and Japan last week. The celebration held in Tokyo was to recognize the long-standing Japan-PNG collaboration and was attended by long-term customers, smelter partners and industry players from the Japanese mineral sector. The reception marked a significant moment in Oktedi's ongoing efforts to promote Papua New Guinea's mining industry and the opportunities it presents for both national growth and sustainable investment. Ororo Junior High School has become the first junior high school in NCD to join the Sinisim PNG program, aiming to teach students strong values and leadership. Ororo Junior High School officially joined the Values Transformation Initiative this week under the PNG Tribal Foundation's Sinisim PNG program. This follows its recent upgrade as one of the first 4 junior high schools in the capital. School Principal Rachel Pamben confirmed that 200 grade 7 students will begin sessions this term. She said the values-based program addresses growing behavioral issues in schools. Pamben said behavioral issue is one of the biggest challenges, and having this program on good values will help students. The program is built on the Maxwell Leadership Curriculum and is set to expand to grades 8 to 10 depending on the examination schedule. PNG Tribal Foundation President G.T. Buston said the program is about transformation and leadership, not just awareness. He said, "We want to inspire individuals to shift their mindset, embrace leadership and take action for the betterment for their communities." Ororo joins 4 other schools already seeing results from the initiative, including Jubilee, Marianville, De La Salle, and Waigani Christian College. With over 2,000 students from elementary to grade 10, Ororo is setting the pace for values-based education in the city. And now let's take a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2413 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2338, $0.3602 Australian dollars, €0.1968 and 34.60 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, copper, crude oil and copper closed higher, while gold, coffee, cocoa and palm oil closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic Kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Ryan, rename
messing with your game? Time to sweep him out of the room. Or maybe not.
Ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bum bum bum, ding bang ding, bum bum.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you welcome, I'm a community. You must also community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
It should be a good day of footy here. The visitors from TVWAN will be running from the southern end.
The referee gives the green light. Laho gets us underway.
Oh, just look at the defensive result there.
They've got numbers here. Laho's going to go himself and score in the corner.
Is on captain. He's going to get there. Yes! To get the contest went forward. That's not. This could be a try. This is a good play here. And yes, they celebrate.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Lihir Gold Limited, a subsidiary of Newmont Corporation, has paid over 230 million kina in corporate income tax to the Internal Revenue Commission on Wednesday, 30th July 2025. Tim Bryson, head of external relations in the Asia-Pacific region for Newmont Corporation, announced today at the PNG Resources Summit.
Lihir Gold Limited, a subsidiary of Newmont Corporation, has paid over 230 million kina in corporate income tax to the Internal Revenue Commission. This reflects the company's continued commitment to contributing to the national economy.
Corporate tax payment yesterday that went into the IRC, that top number, 230,876,334 kina. That follows a payment earlier in the year of 92,316,549. So pays everything under the law of PNG. We have no complex tax arrangements. The same company, Lihir Gold Limited, that owns the mine, that runs the mine, that has the gold refined separately but then sells the gold, is all the same company. The challenge always for us is making sure that it's as profitable as it can be. The more profit it is, the more taxes we're able to pay.
According to the Office of the Prime Minister and NEC, the payment, recorded on 30 July 2025, was remitted directly to the Bank of Papua New Guinea, with the beneficiary listed as the IRC. This amount represents the second installment under the LGL's additional profits tax obligations for the current fiscal year. Bryson at the Resources Summit also highlighted the company's community investments, further revealing an update to the Lihir Ring Road and the company's impact on the local economy.
The market has come back to us and said, we like your assets, we like what you're doing, and we like what you're producing. But it's high cost. And so the effort is continuing not just in growth projects and not just in how we're going to be increasing the yield, but also in how we can do it safely, sustainably, but more efficiently. Complete the circle right around Lihir Island that was in the original MOA to be sealed. One side of it was to be sealed by the operators, and that was done. The other side was to be sealed by somebody else, and that hasn't been done, but we're trying to get that done now. But with a vegetable and fruit program that buys basically every bit of vegetable and fruit that is produced in the Mackinac that is able to get to the island. It's multiple boatloads every day, and on average, it's around about 18,000 kinas worth of fruit and vegetables per day, that goes into the pockets of particularly the women in and around Namatanai.
Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
Turning abroad, countries in the Pacific and South America have downgraded their tsunami alerts after avoiding the worst following one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded. The magnitude 8.8 tremor off Russia's far east coast was the largest since 2011, when a magnitude 9.1 quake and subsequent tsunami struck off Japan, killing more than 15,000 people. Chile changed its advice to a state of caution for San Felix Island and Easter Island, meaning people should move inland, avoid maritime activities, and listen to local authorities, but no mass evacuations were necessary. Ecuador and Colombia have also cancelled their tsunami warnings and advised coastal communities to follow local authorities' advice, as some areas could experience small tidal fluctuations. People in the Marquesas Islands of Tahiti returned home after waves that arrived were smaller than expected, and authorities lifted their tsunami warnings. The Jordanian Air Force has continued airdrops of aid over Gaza as scenes of desperation unfold on the ground. ABC Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran reports.
Flying low over Gaza with carefully packed pallets of hope. This mission started more than 150 kilometres away.
We're here at the Royal Jordanian Air Force Base at Zaka, just outside the capital Amman, and it's from here mercy missions are being flown to Gaza. You can see there's a German Air Force plane there, one from the United Arab Emirates, but it's over here on this Royal Jordanian Air Force Hercules that we're about to jump on board and join them on their mission helping the starving people of Gaza.
Jordan has been running these missions since Israel partially eased aid restrictions last weekend, with a few flights a day alongside the UAE.
The pallets are being loaded into the back of this plane. You can see it's a very delicate process being rolled into place. They're then being secured by the crew so they don't move around when the plane takes off.
There are 8 pallets on this plane, mainly food packs, things like powdered milk. And once locked and loaded, the crews do a final engine check, and then we're on board and ready to go. From moments after takeoff, crews start stringing the pallets to overhead wires to ensure the parachutes are pulled open once they are dropped from the hold. Leaving Jordan and heading west over the Jordan River, over the West Bank and into Israeli airspace, parts of Tel Aviv are seen out the window before the Hercules travels out into the Mediterranean and then the final approach towards northern Gaza. A window over the war-ravaged territory. The crew wait for the final call and then the moment of release. We're told the aid was dropped over Gaza City.
And just like that, the airdrop is completed and this plane is now heading back to Jordan. The brief glimpse we got of Gaza out of the window and out of the back of this plane's hold is really difficult to describe, and we have to describe it to you rather than show you, because the Israeli authorities do not want any media on these Jordanian flights to bring you images of the destruction on the ground. The Jordanians, they want to show this to the world, but they also do not want to jeopardize any future aid missions. What we saw is hard to put into words. A desolate landscape, the skeletons of buildings jutting up into the air, and everything just cloaked in this thick blanket of grey and beige dust. It is unimaginable what it must be like for the Palestinians on the grounds.
And that's the closest we can get to Gaza, with international journalists banned from independently accessing the Strip by the Israel Defense Forces. The Jordanians know this isn't the most effective way to distribute aid, but they'll keep doing it as long as...
A man on the way to his own wedding is one of 2 people seriously injured in a minibus crash in the New South Wales Hunter Valley. The vehicle was carrying wedding guests when rolled down a 50-metre embankment. All 6 people on board, including the driver, have been taken to hospital.
A day for celebration takes a tragic turn in the state's Hunter Valley.
Tragic situation, and it hadn't actually got to the wedding yet, so they still have a wedding in front of them.
The groom was en route to his wedding alongside his 4 groomsmen and a driver when the minibus they were travelling in veered off the road at Mount View this morning.
Went down an embankment off the roadway, some 50 metres off the roadway.
The vehicle rolled approximately 7 times.
They were just minutes away from the venue. Other guests saw the crash and called 000.
It took approximately 45 minutes to cut one of the patients out of the minibus.
The husband-to-be and another man were flown to hospital with serious injuries. The 4 others suffered minor injuries. All 6 patients were brought here to John Hunter Hospital in Newcastle, including the minibus driver, who will undergo mandatory drug and alcohol testing. It comes 2 years after 10 people were killed and 25 were injured when a coach carrying wedding guests crashed in the nearby town of Greeta. For now, the cause of today's crash at Mount View is still being investigated.
Teachers have rallied in Toowoomba this afternoon ahead of their first strike in more than 16 years next week. It comes after pay talks with the government broke down, with more than 500,000 students to be affected.
Out of the classroom and onto the streets.
We are here because we aren't being listened to. They're not having chairs thrown at them while they're doing their job. They're not being spoken to the way we're spoken to.
Protesting in Toowoomba after enterprise negotiations with the government broke down.
Our teachers and school leaders are suffering from workload pressures, occupational violence, not feeling respected in their workplaces, and we have an attraction and retention problem.
More than 38,000 teachers will walk off the job next Wednesday for the first time since 2009, affecting more than 500,000 kids.
Your students, your children, are our number one priority when it comes to safety. And so across state schools there will be arrangements made in conjunction with the department.
The Minister says any students turning up will be supervised.
Our key concern here is any disruption to student education. We know education is so pivotal to student success and well-being in the future.
The union has knocked back an 8% pay offer over 3 years, calling for nation-leading wages.
It appears that we can afford an Olympics, but we can't afford to, get the right salaries and conditions for our teachers and school leaders.
We've had 17 meetings over 5 months. It's not something that is going to lead to a crescendo next Wednesday. It's part of the process.
Negotiations between the Teachers' Union and the state government are now being mediated by the Industrial Relations Commission. The QTU says it's unlikely a deal will be reached before the planned strike next Wednesday and foreshadowed further rallies.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, POM AFL ready for a showdown and Sepik futsal journey.
Kids in Papua New Guinea love to smile and spread joy. And when they smile, it lights up our world. Come on, Mom, it's you first. Do the 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Brush your teeth. Smile. Let's spread some smiles in PNG with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Mr. Russell, vi måste signa sabungen here.
You survey yourself, you can put in one per complaint.
I might give you a big play online by Toto. No, also one I'm supposed me on that sorry kissing.
You think him go through Sam? You like putting this plus sexual harassment report on Mr. Russell?
Who said he making this black complaint?
Joining BCFW na all member blong ni plan na sanap strong against in workplace harassment.
Back in his regular slot, and Nadzab in the corner. Right, down towards Tempo. He's up, he's over. It's a try.
Welcome back. As the Port Moresby men's softball finals heat up, the A-grade preliminary final promises to deliver an exhilarating showdown this Sunday. Reigning champions Money Plus Gazelle will face off against a determined PNG Power in what is anticipated to be a high-stakes battle.
Money Plus Gazelle, fresh off last week's victory, is stepping on the diamond with confidence. Their recent momentum, coupled with motivation of defending the title, gives them a psychological edge. The Gazelle squad is gearing up to counter PNG Power's formidable batting lineup, focusing on their strengths to secure a spot in the grand final. Pitcher-catcher combination of Saga Gime and Charlie Pomahun Jr. is pivotal to Gazelle's strategy, providing a strong foundation for the team's defense. With Demas Tozil Jr. leading the charge, Gazelle's lineup also features powerful hitters such as Bernard Pamel, Nigel Lame and Francis Tony, who are all capable of changing the game with their offensive prowess. PNG Power, on the other hand, will have to adapt to the fresh hands of Michael Paron, who comes in as pitcher, replacing the ever-reliable Daniel Tovia, who is out injured. While this change may pose a challenge, Power's season lineup is known for its resilience and experience. They aim to leverage their batting skills to exploit the weaknesses in Gazelle's defense. Gazelle's big game mindset is key to avoiding complacency and staying resolute to capitalize on their strengths. It would be interesting to see how PNG Power adjusts its strategy in light of Tovia's absence, particularly in managing their pitching and batting order. For now, defending champions Gazelle are favourites against the relentless PNG Power boys. In other developments, United Brothers have secured their place in the grand final after a hard-fought 9-6 victory over PNG Power last weekend. United Brothers also claimed the minor premiership 2 weeks ago, showcasing their consistency and strong performance throughout the season. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
This weekend's AFL matchups are set to be exciting as Port Moresby teams vie for crucial points in their respective competitions. This is potentially important as the battle for top 4 contention ramps up.
The spotlight this weekend will be on the Bombers and the Tigers match this Saturday, with both teams looking to secure a vital win. The Uni Tigers, currently sitting in 6th place, are definitely the team to watch this season. They have demonstrated their potential with solid performances, including a narrow loss to West by 1 point last weekend. If they can maintain that aggressive style of play, a spot in the top 4 is within reach. On Sunday, Koboni will take on the Kokofas, and Koboni seems to be gaining momentum. Their recent form indicates they are making concerted effort to climb the ladder, potentially pushing themselves into contention for the top 4 finish. In the men's competition, Dockers and West are emerging as the leading contenders for the premiership, especially if they keep their current winning streaks. As teams begin to focus on their finals placements, the intensity of the competition is increasing. In the women's division, there's a competitive race shaping up with teams like the Magpies, Cyrus, West and Koboni all tipped to be playoff participants. With the finals only 3 weeks away, the excitement is building as each team seeks to secure its position and contend for the ultimate prize. AFL fans can expect a thrilling weekend of footy with plenty on the line for all teams involved. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Earlier this month, several important updates to the laws of football came into effect. This is designed to enhance fairness, transparency, and the overall flow of play.
A couple of rules have been changed to suit the game of football. A key change involves communication with referees. Only the team captain is now permitted to speak to the referee. If a referee steps back and raises their hand, it signals no further discussion. Any other player who approaches risks an immediate yellow card. Goalkeepers are now under stricter time control. Referees begin a visible count as soon as the goalkeeper has full possession of the ball, encouraging faster restarts and reducing time-wasting tactics. Drop ball procedures have also been revised. If the ball strikes the referee and it's clear which team would have regained possession, the drop ball is awarded to the team. If unclear, possession goes to the team that last controlled the ball, similar to the old rule. Penalty kick protocols have been adjusted, with VAR now monitoring goalkeeper movement for encroachment. Assistant referees will instead focus on identifying offside and other player infringement. Repeated goalkeeper encroachment can result in a yellow card. Coaching staff must also be cautious. Stepping onto the pitch or stopping the ball, even if unintentional, will now lead to a yellow card and a free kick to the opposing team. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
From schoolyards to the national stage, there's something special about Sepik Futsal Club's journey to the 2025 PNG FA Futsal League, a team built not just on talent, but on purpose, people, and a long-standing commitment to grassroots football development.
The Sepik Futsal Association represents more than just a region. They have brought with them 20 years of futsal history, a legacy of community involvement, and a vision to give young Sepik players something bigger to believe in. They have registered a team in the PNG FA Futsal League, currently underway in Port Moresby. The Sepik Futsal Association was formed in 2006, inspired by the then PNG FA Technical Officer, Marcus Gusmao. The idea was simple but powerful. Use futsal as a way to keep students engaged in school and reduce discipline issues. From the first games played in Wewak schools, the sport quickly grew to Wewak Rural, Moem Barracks, Boykin Village, Tarawai Island, Haniak Village, Jambi Tanget Village, and across Wewak East and West communities. Now participating in the PNG FA Futsal League, Sepik Futsal Association is breaking waves. Club chairman Clarence Hukahu said Sepik FC's vision is to use football, soccer, futsal and beach soccer to bring change in people's lives, develop people, communities and societies towards positive growth in the Bomase region and PNG. Sepik FC's participation is satisfactory so far, despite not getting the needed results. The team believes they have the potential to do better than the 3 wins, 3 losses, and 5th place on the points ladder. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
The stage is set in Apia, Samoa for the 2025 OFC Under-16 Women's Championship as 8 Pacific nations prepare to compete for regional glory and qualification for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2027 in Morocco. Defending champions New Zealand return with their sights set on another title, while hosts Samoa look to build on their impressive runner-up finish in the previous edition, buoyed by passionate home support.
This year's Oceania Football Confederation Under-16 Women's Championship promises a compelling mix of proven contenders and ambitious newcomers. At today's pre-tournament media conference, all 8 teams shared a clear message. This championship is about more than results. It's a platform for growth, pride, and progress. There is plenty to play for, with the tournament winners and runners-up qualifying for next year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Morocco. Samoa's youthful squad enters the tournament, riding a wave of national excitement following the senior team's strong showing at the recent OFC Women's Nations Cup. Inspired by their senior team's historic OFC Women's Nations Cup victory, the Solomon Islands aim to channel that momentum into their youth campaign under Japanese coach Kato Yamashita. With a proud footballing tradition and increasing investment in women's football, New Caledonia arrives eager to compete. The tournament kicks off this Friday, August 1st. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine then partly cloudy. Daru, cloudy periods with rain showers and chances of thunderstorms. Momase, Lae, partly cloudy, possible showers in the night. Wewak and Vanimo, cloudy periods with showers then rain and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, cloudy periods with occasional showers then rain and possible thunderstorms. Buka, partly cloudy with chances of rain showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with heavy showers then rain and thunderstorms. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with southeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slight with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters, waters of Finchafen through Vitius, then Dampier Strait to Siasi Island to Long Island, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. And waters of west of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 1 to 2 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News Tonight. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by